Welcome back to Hong Kong Direct, your weekly look at all things Hong Kong racing related. We'll be previewing a really good look in Class 2 sprints on the weekend. More of that shortly in the preview. First up, though, we're weighing in with Lyle Hewitson.
Hi, I'm Lyle Hewitson. I'm 21 years old and I'm from South Africa. I'm looking forward to my experience here in Hong Kong. Hong Kong is sort of the pinnacle of racing in the world. The racing's fantastic. The people, the jockeys, everything is elite status, and I think it's just a privilege to ride on this world stage. So yeah, it's something I've always dreamed of even before I started my apprenticeship, and to be here is pretty surreal. I've had 6 Group 1 winners thus far, and it's always hard to say which one is the biggest. You know, the Summer Cup is a big one, but I think that, you know, your first Group 1 is always outstanding. So for me, the Rising Sun Gold Challenge aboard Undercover Agent at Greyville Racetrack was the big one.
Undercover Agent though, with a wing on every hoof, gonna do it. Undercover Agent from Snowdon.
There's been lots of little bits and bobs of advice from everyone, but since getting here, Carice has been a big help, just helping me settle in and see around the place a bit. Mr. Elton's been great, he's been very welcoming, and just the whole racing fraternity here. So yeah, it's hard to single out people, but everyone's been very good. I think Frankie Dettori, yeah, it might be a bit cliche, but he's world class. Not just as a jockey, but he's great for the sport and he's a good person. And I just think that, you know, he's had up and down in his careers, and he's been able to always come back from that. So I think he's a bit of an inspiration and someone that a lot of us jockeys would look up to. Yes, I'm very busy on social media, promoting the sport a lot of the time, and keeping people up to date with how things are going. You can catch me on Instagram at Lyle Hewitson, Twitter, the same handle at Lyle Hewitson, and Facebook, still Lyle Hewitson. I'm an Everton fan, unfortunately not doing as well as we'd always like, but my dad grew up around the area, and so it's pretty much in the family. Favorite movie, it's going to be Secretariat or the Seabiscuits. You know, I just love anything to do with horses and racing, so anyone could have answered that for me.
Great to catch up with Lyle there, a bit of insight into to his life. We're going to look ahead though now, Graham, to this Class 2 race on the dirt. 4 races on the dirt. This is easily the best of them on the weekend. And it's going to be fiery because we have lots of potential front runners in, improving horses, 1 or 2 who have the potential to go on to bigger things. All right, well, let's have a look at the runners and riders as they stand then at the moment. Dragon General for Mi Choi, Blake Shinner right in parallel. He's a big closer. Cheong Baby unbeaten in 2 starts. Elusive State, what a season he had for Tony Millard last year, winning 4 of his 6. Raging Blitzkrieg, of course, and distance winner. Limitless. He's a character, might be a little bit on the short side for Limitless, but he's definitely got the ability. Big Time Baby should roll forward from 3. Pick number 1, another one with an outstanding record on the surface, Loving a Boom, was very good at the back end of last season. Sunny Boy for lightweight, and 7 Heavens up in class here. Another one for Casper Fownes. Karis Teeton will be in the saddle there. So there's a fair bit of depth to this, and if Ugly Warrior wasn't running in Korea, he'd probably be running in this race as well. That's how good it is. Absolutely, and his trainer Mi Choi, Dragon General, has a really good strike rate on the all-weather. But first, to a couple of horses here. Left of picture in the lead, Sunny Boy, and on the outside in the red sleeves, Loving a Boom. Sunny Boy was forced to go really hard here. He paid the penalty. Loving a Boom, Andrew, looks like he's swooping at the perfect moment, but the fast pace took a toll on a few horses, including him close home. Tornado Twist comes swinging by. Speedy King's in behind, finishing 5th. Loving a Boom, really good performance from him. He switches to the all-weather, switched to Shartin, but he did go well on Polytrack at Dundalkin Island in his early days. And when he won the start before, he looked like he could be going right to the very top. It was a really smart win. And say Tornado Twist, he's a nice horse himself. It just caught him very late. Yeah, he's an interesting player, Loving a Boom. Will he handle the surface? That's the key question. Same for Sunny Boy here. Very lightly raced. He has an interesting nickname in the John Moore stable. They call him the Prince of Wales. Nothing to do with Prince Charles. It's because he spent so much time in the hospital. But he's back on track now. This is him winning a middling handicap from the front on the turf. He does it in pretty gritty style.
His record overall is slightly hit and miss, and he did disappoint at Happy Valley. He's trialled extremely well on the all-weather in recent weeks, Andrew, but the key question for him, does he need an easy lead? He's not likely to get one with the likes of Cheong Baby, Big Time Baby, and pick number 1 in the field.
Zach Purton's riding him here, Sonny Boy. He'll ride Cheong Baby, so Chad Schofield will take over. Rode him in a trial, and he was good in that trial on the dirt as well. He
was dominant. But this weekend, he's in against some really hard-knocking sprinters, and the key question for Sonny Boy, does he need to lead?
All right, so the final one we're going to have a look at, Zach Purton riding again. This is Cheong Baby, unbeaten in 2 starts last season.
This horse has brought his A-game from Australia to Hong Kong very quickly. This is a good quality Class 2 at Happy Valley back in May, and he gallops these smart rivals bow-legged. He takes the measure of Fat Turtle. Look at the gap back to the chasing pack, the panting pursuers, as Tom would call them, in the run. And the very significant thing about that performance, of course, visually, very, very impressive. The clock backed it up in spades, only a length and a bit outside of Victory's Happy Valley 1,200-metre track record.
And that in itself is quite telling, I think. It looks like there's more in the tank for him. John Size hasn't been frightened to bring a horse to the dirt in the past. DB Penny did. It went on to be a Group 1 horse. I think we've got some nice horses engaged in this field.
Well, we've got Raging Blitzkrieg for the Size stable. Looks like Joe Moreira's bailed and gone towards Elusive State. The bridesmaid, Raging Blitzkrieg, 6 times second on this surface, 9 times second in Hong Kong and all. Elusive State has won 5 times on this all-weather surface, but all those 5 wins have been over 60 and 50 metres, not 1,200.
All right, well, so look at what the stats tell us about the race. What they tell us about the jockey is he was the best on the all-weather last season, and that was Zach Purton. He'll ride Cheong Baby.
Well, there are a posse of very exciting young sprinters in Hong Kong. Athero is one of them. Voyage Warrior is one of them. Cheong Baby is one of them. Regency Legend is one of them. And those 4 horses have one man in common, Zach Purton. He's going to have to split those aces at some point, but I hope he's on an ace on Sunday in Cheong Baby.
That win and first 3 rates is outstanding. So the stats say Cheong Baby. Where's the Cunningham Cash going as well?
I think it's going to go with Cheong Baby. He's not run on the all-weather, which is always a slight concern, but he's got a profile that suggests he's very quick from the gate, he's got good early speed, and he stays the trip very well. That's a pretty strong profile for a potential all-weather winner.
Yeah, and Cheong Baby for me as well. I think he could be heading right to the very top. But it is a deep race. Don't get me wrong. It's a lot of quality about it. But Cheong Baby for me as well. Another Zach Purton mount as far as my tip is concerned going into the weekend, and that is Witness Hunter for Frankie Law. Now, Witness Hunter rattled off a couple of wins last season. That's when his winning run came to an end. But he's down to that sort of handicap mark once more. I was quite taken with his recent trial coming into this. He does have to lump top weights, and the horse that finished second to him on that occasion as well lines up once more in City Legend. So he might give him something to do, but Witness Hunter, I think it could be a good day for Zach Purton. Should collect in race number 6 as well. All right, so those are the tips heading into the weekend. As far as the diary is concerned, and so we've also got Shartin this weekend, but Happy Valley's back next Wednesday as well, Graham, our first for the new season.
Yeah, you get the feeling that the Hong Kong season is beginning to really ignite now. Good quality racing last weekend, good card at Shartin on Sunday, 2 big simulcast races with Hong Kong Raiders from Korea, and then back for the first party night of the season next Wednesday at the Valley.
And next week we will see a few familiar names as well. There's a Class 2 handicap, 1650. Helene Charisma, who sort of eventually found his feet there at Happy Valley last season. Dr. Jeff and Mission Tycoon, who was a surprise to some. He went off a ridiculous price in the Classic Cup last year and just about made every yard.
High quality horse and high quality trainers, notably Casper Founds, King of the Valley, Richard Gibson, both very well represented numerically and in terms of quality. So loads to look forward to over the next 4 or 5 days.
You mentioned Casper Founds, actually. You should point out, I think he's got 2 really good chances on the weekend as well in Gunner and Aurora Pegasus. They're both still maidens, but I thought they showed plenty last season.
And I think Aurora Pegasus is ridden by that man Purton, I believe.
He does indeed, yeah. And Neil Callan will be on board Gunner. Well, thank you, Graham. That's the show. Thanks for watching. I'm going to leave you this week with a super win from Super Jockey in the 2016 Career Sprint. Under Cara Steaton for trainer Tony Millard. Hopefully you can count on your company again on Sunday. We'll bring all the action from Hong Kong direct to you.
And the gates are open, they are away, and they are racing, going a little bit wide there. Was Artway, Bitche, Jongsang, Supreme Magic are going to drop to the rear as expected. It is Perdido Pomeroy who is right on speed. Cheong, Schiller and Super Jockey. Super Jockey has got a quick start. Tuga Tugi races in fourth. Million Volts is to the rail, is also prominent. Super Winner, Purple Cap just to the outside. In between those two, it is Gabo Myong, and Kamdong Ibada is White Cap to the rail as well. First Magical has gone very, very wide, has taken Artway just out of it a little bit as we go towards the rear. Wild Dude is in about 8th, 9th position at the moment. Supreme Magic, Bitche, Jongsang going to have to do it the very, very hard way. We're now coming up to the 3 furlong pole, and it is Perdido Pomeroy who leads. Super Jockey is to the outside. Cheong Schiller is third to the rail. Just to the outside of those is Otoga Tugi. Kamdong Ibada goes down the rail. Super Winner and Machon Bolt now comes through with a late run. We hit the 300, and now it is Super Jockey on this side for Hong Kong. Perdido Pomeroy on the far side for Career. It is Super Jockey at the furlong pole. Now goes clear by about 2 lengths from Perdido Pomeroy. Machon Bolt and Great Brandy giving chase on the outside, but it is a forlorn one. Into history goes Super Jockey. He wins the Career Sprint. Super Jockey wins it